guys, it's Christina. So I wanted to talk about my tanning in today's video because I have gotten so many questions. Like every time I go spray tanning, I get a question on the video that I filmed right after that. Do you tan? Do you self-tan? Do you spray tan? What do you do for tanning? How often do you tan? What do you use? How do you keep it up? Like all of these questions, even though I've done a lot of these videos in the past on my channel, they're still there, but I guess people don't like go back and check them. But I wanted to do like an updated video on my tanning routine so that way you guys are, you know, all up to date and, you know, you don't have to like go back and check my older videos or anything like that. So basically, yes, I do tan. I used to go tanning in the beds and go spray tanning like a few years ago, you know, and I used to tan like a lot, so I was always super tan, but I stopped tanning in beds. Like sometimes I still do it, maybe like once a month or twice a month or something like that, but it's really not good for you, so I don't go tanning in the beds or anything like that because, to be honest, not only is it not good for you, but also it's just, for me, it doesn't do much. Like some girls can go one time and lay in there for like 15 minutes and they'll be like super dark and, you know, they can just like keep the tan for like a week. And for me it doesn't work because I'm half Cuban, so I don't use sunblock at the beach because I don't burn, you know, and it's really hard for me to get a tan because I just don't burn. Like it doesn't absorb into my skin. I could be in the sun all day and I'll be fine. Like I'm not gonna get a sunburn, I'm not gonna get like a super tan, I'm just gonna get like a little bit of color. So the beds don't do that much for me anyway, so I don't do that really. But I do go spray tanning every week, and then I also use certain products, you know, at my house to upkeep my tan. So basically every week I go spray tanning at my local salon, and what they have is this booth called Versus Spa. And if you want to know some tips on spray tanning and what I do, like how I exfoliate before, what I do to moisturize and keep my tan even and not streaking and all that, I have a video on spray tanning all about that, whether you just want some new tips or you've never done it before and you want to know, you know, how you do it so that way you don't mess it up on your first time. I will link that video that I did down below in the info box so that way you can check it out. It's my Spray Tans 101 video that I did like years ago. So I do that once a week, and then that tan pretty much lasts me, you know, maybe like 5-6 days, and I go like on the 7th day again. But it does rub off, and especially in your face. So if you go tanning, whether you go in the bed or spray tanning, you would know that your face gets lighter a lot faster because you wash it a lot more, and the skin just, you know, comes off a lot faster. Like you exfoliate it, you wash it a lot more than your body. You know, you wash your face twice a day, you wash your body, you know, you shower once a day, I hope. So it goes lighter a lot faster, and a lot of girls that I know that do tanning, they have to buy makeup for their face that's a little bit darker so that way it matches their color, you know, not on their face but like their body color, so it's all the same. So what I do basically is I use some at-home products that, you know, upkeep my tan. And you can use this alone. You don't have to spray tan, obviously, you know, you can just use this by itself, and it's great for that, you know, especially if you're a beginner, you don't want to do spray tans, or you don't want to waste a lot of money, which is another good thing about this product, is that, you know, you can just buy one bottle and spend your money on this instead of going to salon, because the spray tans, they're about, I get them on like half off, so they're like $12, but they're normally $25 a pop. So that can get pretty pricey eventually for some people. So if you are scared to do it, like if you've never done it and you don't want to, like, you know, mess it up or something like that, or if you just don't want to spend all that money on it, you can just buy one of these bottles, and this lasts you so long because literally one application will be like this much, so you really get like a bunch of them out of it, you know what I mean? It just depends how much you would use. So this is the Sun Goddess Self-Tanning Lotion, and I've done a video on this like last year, I believe last summer, and I talked about how great it is and everything like that, and I did a little demo on how to apply it, which I will do again today. So as you noticed, it comes with like little gloves for you, so you don't have to go out and buy anything else, because I know a lot of like at-home tanning kits and lotions and stuff like that, they don't come with anything. It's just like the bottle and that's it. And so people don't know how to use it, so they would just like apply it with their hands and then not wash their hands, and they're like all orange. So definitely make sure that you exfoliate beforehand. Like I said, go watch my self-tanning video and it will give you tips on all that, because it can apply to spray tans as well as to lotion tans. Basically any tanning that's not like in the bed, you know, it applies to it, like self-tanners at home, it applies to all of that. So go watch the video. So basically in there I explain how you have to exfoliate your skin beforehand, so that way your tan is all even everywhere. You don't have any dry patches that it will attach to and make it super dark. You know, you don't have any streak marks, anything like that. And then after you do it, you also have to moisturize your tan following the next few days, so that way it doesn't start like flaking off or anything like that. So just go watch the video. I have a lot of tips in it. And I also mentioned how you have to take a little wipe afterwards, like a wet wipe, and make sure you get like all in between your fingers and your palms and bottoms of your feet. Obviously, I don't even know why you would put it on there, but the skin on here gets so much darker than the rest of your, body. So just don't put any self-tanner there, because you're going to end up with like really, really orange brown hands. So the one that I got, it looks like this. It's in the color dark. They do have a few different shades, and they come with the little gloves, which is really convenient. And they also sell these little packets on their website, which I will link down below in the info box, so you can just go ahead and check it out. And basically you can get these little packets in there, which I really love for traveling. So, I mean, you can just also buy them just to try out the product if you don't want to buy this whole big bottle, which is 8 fluid ounces. You can just get the little packets, but what I love them for is traveling. So this little pouch, it basically comes with 10 packets inside of it. And one is pretty good for like, to use on your whole body, or even if you would need two to do your whole body, they're still very convenient, because you can bring these with you when you're traveling, because like for example, when I go to see my family in Ukraine, I'll usually go for like 3, 4, or 5 weeks, and obviously I'm not gonna go to like a local tanning salon and do spray tans while I'm there. So I would bring like a self tanner with me if I want to touch it up, and give myself like a little bit of color, because I usually go in the summer, I want to be a little bit tan. So I would bring these packets with me, because you don't want to bring this whole big bottle, because like liquids are just like a pain in the butt to bring with you when you're traveling abroad, because they have all the regulations and rules and stuff like that. And plus, like any other liquid, it can just burst or spill in your luggage and be all over your stuff, and you don't want that. So I love these little packets for traveling. And also guys, I have a great coupon code for you for 10% off your entire order on their website. So it doesn't matter what you order, how much you order, you get 10% off of everything. And the coupon code is K3Chocolate with a capital K, just like my YouTube channel, so it's easy to remember. And I will type it out down below in the info box along with the links, so that way it's easier for you. And as far as application goes, I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So basically what I do is, if you want like a really, really nice tan for the next day, like you have some special events going on or something like that, I would do it before bed. So after you take your makeup off and everything like that, you're not like going anywhere anymore, you're about to go to bed, I would put on my little gloves, and I would just take a pump of this and put it all over my body, including my face, everything like that, because people always ask me, do you do your face? Well, like obviously, you don't want your face to be white and your body to be tan, and it doesn't break me out, by the way. So I apply it all over, and then I'll make sure I wipe my hands so they're not orange the next day, and I let it dry off a little bit, and then I put on my pajamas and go to bed, and then I'll let it soak in my skin for like 8 hours or however long you're in bed, and then the next morning I just take a shower and it's fine. And yes, you are gonna get like kind of dark from it, but if you just want a little subtle hint of color, or if you have never done self tanning, you don't want it to be like bam, like tan out of nowhere, you want to gradually build it, you can also mix it with your lotion. And for that, you don't need to do it before bed, you can just do it during the day. Or I know like some people have, for example, like a tan body, but like their legs are super white because like they shave a lot or something like that, and you want to make them tan. You can mix it with your moisturizer and apply it, and your legs will look nice and tan for the day, like if you have some special event going on. So I would just put a pump of this, which you can see it's like a brown liquid, and by the way, it smells really good. It smells like sort of like beach summer mixed with a little bit of like alcohol in it. I don't know, but it smells good. It doesn't smell like a nasty spray tan smell. And then I take a little bit of my moisturizer, and you can use like any daily lotion that you normally use, and then you mix them together, so that way it's not like that dark and brown. It's a little bit lighter because it's mixed with a moisturizer. So then you just apply it on your skin, and the lighter you want it to be, the more moisturizer you can put into the mixture. The darker you want it to be, the more tanner you put into the mixture, obviously. And then you just apply it. So I'm just doing it on my arm for the sake of the demo. But like I said, if you want a little hint of color, you can apply it to your legs or something like that, and run out the door. So you can tell it's like a little bit darker already. And it'll show up in a few hours. Like it's a tanner. It's not like, right away. It's not a bronzer. That's like a lot of people make that mistake. They think like, a bronzer and tanner is the same thing. Like, yes, it has a bronzing agent in it because obviously it's brown, so it'll give you a hint of color right away. But it also soaks into like the top layer of your skin, and it gives you a gradual tan, like in a few hours you'll develop one. That's why I said, you know, after you put it on before bed, you let it soak in for a few hours, and then you wake up in the morning, you take a shower, and you still have that, you know, glow. So it's not going to like wash away like a bronzer. But it does have a little bit of bronzer in it already, so that way you can have a little bit of color like right away. So I figured with like the summer coming up and everything like that, it'd be a really nice thing to do is just to get one of these little self tanners at your house, and you can apply this before you go out to like, you know, a beach party or something like that, I don't know, or like a nice date, and you want like a little bit of glow in your body, you know, in your summer dress, like your legs are showing and everything like that, and you haven't went spray tanning, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to be ready in like a couple of hours, you know, you can just totally use this and give yourself a little glow. So that is it for this video. I hope this helped you guys out. Definitely check out Sun Goddess. I'll put their website down below in the info box like I already said, and I will also put a link to my video and spray tans down there, so that way you can check it out and know my whole routine on how I do it, you know, what I do before, what I do right after to make it last, to not have any streak marks or turn orange or anything like that. So all of the tips and all of the routines that I do will be in that video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!